Oh man, this looks terrible. I don't have anything.
So I think this is where I stopped playing the game.
Oh yeah, here probably that makes sense.
Because I remember Fortress and I remember Bob Bombs, and I don't remember anything
Oh yeah,
else.
they're not bosses, they're just normal enemies.
I think I was just like, man, they're doing way too much damage. Fuck this.
They do 2 damage when you explode them, and if you block it, they do 0.
Yeah,
Too much damage.
if they're doing more damage than I do, then yes, they're doing too much.
I can't block properly. Honestly, I think it's the lag, like the input lag.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad. So anyways, to continue on with how bad the IAA is in this stupid, shitty fucking government, the government is terribly modeled, so no one wanted to do the elections, and as the speaker, I was in charge of the elections, and I hated having to go through the entire election process every 3 months for basically 3 of the same, basically the only person who would, because people don't like me because I'm an asshole, right? So they don't want to give me power. But I would always end up getting the spot of speaker eventually. But they didn't want to give it to me. So what would happen is, Alex and Vinny, every time there has been an election, have been the only people who would run for justice and affairs and win those positions. There has not been a single person that has held those positions that hasn't been either Vinny or Alex. Vinny has always been the justice for like 4 years, despite every 3 months we have a new election, and the same thing with Alex in the affairs position. But for some reason, people don't like me as the speaker, because they don't like me. And I'm like, that's fair.
I mean, I could understand it, but at the same time, I've been stuck with you, so I've got to use
I mean, I'm like an asshole, but like, I'm not gonna abuse my power because, like I said, I can easily just rewrite the entire rule set right now, and they can't stop me.
So, I mean...
The fact that I haven't done it is like, oh yeah, he's not bad. But the fact that I bring it up shows that, like, the fact that these rules are set in place to allow me to do this shows how bad we are at writing a fucking government, which is why we don't need one.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing stopping me from just ruling the entire government if I wanted to. Because Paul would go for it, and I would tell you to do it, and you wouldn't give a shit, so you would do it.
And if it was, like, years ago when I first wanted to actually do it and join, I'd have been like, hell yeah, get rid of this fucking thing so I could actually have fun talking to my friends.
Yeah. Because half the discourse on this Discord server is about the government that's terribly written, which is the worst part of the Discord. Which is why I don't actually talk to them that much. I only ever talk to, like, Paul, because he doesn't care.
What's sad is I don't even talk to Paul anymore. Like, I've gotten, like, completely cut off from them.
Yeah, but, anyways, so people didn't like me as the speaker because I wouldn't do my job, which is the most annoying thing, because it's the only position. Because here's the thing, I ran for affairs and justice, but because Alex and Vinny never lost those positions, no one wants anyone else in those positions that aren't those two. So, like, even though I ran for those positions, they wouldn't vote for me. It's like, they don't do anything! And they're like, yeah, but we don't want you in that position. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why? It's like, because we don't like you. And I'm like, that's fair, but, like, they've always had the position, someone else should have it. And they're like, no, they shouldn't. And I'm like, why have an election process if no one else is gonna vote for anyone else if they run for that?
Yeah, you might as well just make it a dictatorship at this point.
Yeah, like, it's like, these two people have always had these positions. But, like, you don't want anyone else to have these, it's so contrarian. It's like, we have an election process, but we don't want anyone else to have these positions. And the people who have these positions are like, Vinny's like, I don't care, but I'll keep running for it because I keep winning. And Alex, who's like, no, I want this position. And of course I don't want anyone else to run because that means I might lose, but I know I won't lose because no one else wants to vote for me. Anyone else who isn't me for this position. God. It's so annoying. Of like, why do we have an election then? If 2 of the 3 people are going to always have the same spot, and the speaker will have an actual vote where I may lose sometimes. Even though I lose, they realize that they don't like doing the speaker, so they'll stop fucking trying to be the speaker for the next quote-unquote thing. So for the next election, they will not run for the speaker position because they realize it's boring and a tedious job when you actually have to do something. I only want it because to piss people off.
Wow, why don't they just get rid of this?
Also because I don't do anything and no one else does anything.
Like, they really should just get rid of this.
It's such a hassle, so contrarian, so pointless, such a waste of time and effort, and at this point, my money. No, I have not put any money into this Discord server, but it feels like I have.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I think this is the game where I can do this.
Do what? Oh.
I'm
That's
not gonna
cool.
do it again.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think we did it in the final dungeon of the 1,000-Year Door, but... eh. Just wanted to show that off, because that's one of the few things I remember about this game. But yeah, the entire government is just, in our Discord, huge hassle and pain. And sometimes I don't always run the election process for the speaker. They also realize the election process takes like an entire month to do, because the way we structured it and had it was so that it would take up an entire month. It's like, oh, the election process for one of the positions takes up an entire week. And there are 3 positions. So it takes up 3 weeks, so basically it takes up an entire month.
And you want to do it every 3 months?
Yeah.
What's wrong with these people?
I don't fucking know, they're stupid.
Like, did they even think about this when they went
No!
to go set it up?
They don't, none of them actually fucking took a government class besides AP government. In like high school. Like they don't know what they're doing, and it's so badly written and pointless and terribly done that it's like, why the hell is this thing a thing that exists? Like, why does this exist? I don't know if I should heal. I should heal actually.
Yeah, you're at 2 HP. If you take damage from that bomb, you're dead.
Yeah.
I feel like nothing's happening in this game.
Oh, that's because we're just going through the dungeon and killing things.
And you haven't gained a single level?
No.
Like, how have you been playing this game for like 2 hours and not gained a single?
No, we have. We gained 2. We're level 3. Or BP's at
Okay.
9. We don't have enough BP to actually utilize it. It's just hard to tell because we don't see the screen with our BP on up here.
Yeah, it just feels like...
Yeah,
feel like
it
we're in
feels
the
like we're
same
still the
position.
same level. I should probably upgrade like something that isn't BP.
Like, I feel like nothing's changed since we started the game.
Well, we do have a lot of abilities. Like,
yeah, did you do
look, we have
anything?
power jump, we have hammer throw. Where's my other abilities? I have like 3. Did I forget to put one of them on? Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, so to continue on, they hated the election process, and so they decided to finally remove it. Huzzah! Say huzzah.
Huzzah.
They replaced it with something much worse. Now say, oh no.
Oh no! I probably would have, even if you didn't tell me to say those things.
Thank you. I wasn't sure if you were reading the script properly that I prepared for you.
Oh, there was a script.
Everyone knows all Let's Plays are scripted. So anyways, the
Oh no.
so the real problem that ended up happening.
I was a party member.
Yep, that's the third party member.
Yeah, I never got this far.
Yeah, this is Bombette. She's cute.
Not as cute as the Boo though. I know that Boo's really
Yeah,
cute.
Bouette's pretty hot. Cause she's literally an Ojo-sama character.
Yeah, and we all know that one of my favorite character types is Ojo-samas.
Huzzah. Huzzah! We got a better party member!
Why do they always make ghosts the Ojo-samas?
I don't know. They kind of did that in Rune Factory 4, didn't they?
Yeah.
Not
That's
really
why
a
she's
ghost,
like-
but sort of a ghost.
She's the character that has the ghost, so it kind of.
Wasn't she the ghost as the boss?
Nah, she was the puppet, the marionette,
Oh. She's basically a ghost.
basically.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say.
I'll tag along, help, yay!
Good, we could get rid of the 2 other useless characters.
Coop. I think Cooper isn't that bad. It doesn't
Man,
matter, because as soon as we get the actual good character in the game, they'll basically... Everyone will get shafted for that character.
Even Bouzette?
Yeah.
Oh.
Someone
But
who's just
Bouzette-
normal attack, ignores defense is kind of busted.
Yeah, but Bouzette. I'm gonna force you to use Bouzette anyways.
It's Bouette, I believe.
Oh. Bowsette.
Yeah, if only. If only Nintendo had the balls.
They know it exists.
See, like that did 5 damage. That's our highest damaging attack. But anyways, to continue on from where we left off was, like I said,
Oh, I was hoping we'd stopped.
No, I need to tell you, because this is what made me upset just the other day.
Okay, yeah, so they changed the...
The election process. See, like,
Oh, okay.
they got hit, and so now we can't use them for a term.
So, I have a question. How long did it take for them to vote in a different election process?
Would you believe me if it was at least 3 years?
Yep. Because I'm pretty sure I
Cool,
remember it
it might be
happening when I
more than
started.
3 years.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they immediately, as soon as I was, like, joined, they're like, hey, we should probably change this election process.
Yeah.
And then it never happened.
Yeah. I don't even think they were talking about it back then, but yeah. Oh, wait, the dizzy attack. We got the cool dizzy attack. Our spin is a attack now. If we spin
that's
into an
cool.
enemy, we do an attack. That's one of our badges. So, I believe littered throughout the dungeon now are things we can blow up. Like this.
Cool.
Look. Because this is literally just bobbery, by the way. Exact same person. Refund badge! It's not that good, but we don't have anything else. Oh, we have power bounce! Jumps on the enemy continuously. Yeah, we had that. What the fuck? We have refund, might as well. Yeah. We probably will buy FP if... God, I hope we level up before we fight the boss. What the hell? That's weird. I guess. So anyways, they changed it with something called the Gamer Showdown, where you can instead challenge someone to a Gamer Showdown in a 3v3 Battle Royale system, against one of the people who holds these positions. And as you would expect, not a single person has challenged someone else besides me.
Wow.
Depending, what's even funnier is Vinny has on record multiple times stated that if anyone ever challenged him to a Gamer Showdown, he would probably lose.
Yeah.
And I'd have to mention, I have yet to lose one, but people keep challenging me to one of them. I believe I lost once, but that was because of stupid circumstances. But people keep challenging me to them, and I keep winning, and I don't know why. So it's really annoying.
Here's the real question. What games do they challenge you to?
So you get to make your
Or
own
can.
quote-unquote gamer resume, TM. Not actually trademark, but I say trademark because it sounds funny sometimes.
Okay.
So you make your own Gamer Showdown. I wonder if I can... No, I can't do that here. I think I have to go up top first. So on your gamer resume, you can choose from IAA voted games. So, to explain, if you go in the hashtag assembly Discord text channel, You can name
I'm guessing
any
Grand
game.
Blue Fantasy isn't one of those, is it?
No, Final Fantasy is not a single goddamn one.
I said Grand Blue Fantasy.
Grand Blue Fantasy is not a single one because no one has it.
Oh my god.
But to explain, you can nominate a game, and if at least 5 people, including yourself, vote for this game to be on the wiki for an approved IAA game, you can then put it on your resume.
Okay. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna say.
But you need 3
Trails
people.
in the sky.
You need 5 people, including yourself, to vote for the game. If no one votes for it, it doesn't get on the fucking list.
Luis, I want to put Trails in the Sky in there.
No one's gonna fucking vote for it because no one plays that fucking game.
Luis, I need you to help me get people to
No
vote
one,
for this.
no one's going to. If I tell Paul to, he will because he's, you know, one of those fucking people. But everyone else will not. You will not be able to get 5 people, even though you need 2 more aside from me and Paul. I would love to, because, but anyways, that wouldn't matter. Anyways, because Caleb, you put games on your gamer resume, and then both teams, their team leaders, the person who got challenged and the person who issued the challenge, or those are the leaders, will then be able to choose 2 games from each opposing opponent's team. So the teams are 3. So if there were 3 people on their team, I can choose 2 games from each of their resumes, and they got to choose 2 games from each of my team's resumes. So 2 per person.
And then it's a fucking roulette.
And then we each get to ban 1 game from the selected games.
Okay.
After we each get to ban 1 game, the entire
So there's 4
rest
games at this
of the
point.
IAA, everyone else
No, there's-
gets to vote on which games get to be played.
Oh my god.
And, as you would expect from a bunch of fucking terrible people, every fucking Gamer Showdown has always had the exact same 2 of the same games, and the 3rd one has always been different. Wanna guess which 2 have always been the exact same ever since they started doing this?
Smash and chess.
Man, goddamn, I wish that was true. No one chooses Smash because they know I would win.
Oh.
Choose
Okay,
another game.
so
they always ban Smash Bros. Any version of Smash Bros, they ban it.
oh my, I don't even know what games you would play for a fucking challenge. Like,
Cool.
Like-
What's your opinion on Dark Souls?
How-
What if I told you every Gamer Showdown has had Dark Souls show up?
how the okay. I wanted to put frickin' Trails in there because I knew one, no
Speedrun.
one would choose
Well,
it.
Here's the thing,
And
you
if
get
someone
to
did
you get
choose
to
it, it'd be
choose.
like-
You get to choose what the game rule set is. So you can make it so it's like the first to defeat this boss, or whoever defeats this many bosses in 30 minutes, or whoever beats the game. You get to
See, what
decide
I
the
would
rule
do-
set when you play the game.
See, this is what I would do for Trails. How many times can you play the game before you say you're done?
Nah.
I would be the.
I can
There's
guarantee
no
you,
time limit.
I would win
I would
that.
be. I guarantee you, I would be the one who would win it.
I can guarantee you, I hate the game so goddamn much that you would quit solely so you would stop listening to me bitch about the game.
Yeah, actually, you're probably right. But
That's
me
how
and you
powerful I am.
But to be honest, you would always be on a team for it.
Oh yeah. Also, everyone would not choose that game or vote for it because not a single person would vote not Dark Souls.
I would vote not Dark Souls every
Oh,
single damn
so
time.
that doesn't change all the other 10 people who love Dark Souls so much that they want to play it every fucking Gamer Showdown, or watch it be played every fucking showdown. What do you think is the other game?
Well, if Dark Souls is one of them, the other one's probably fucking Bloodborne.
No, it's Pokemon Showdown.
Oh yeah, of course it is.
It gets boring after you see someone play it for the 12th time in a row.
Yeah.
Especially when you have other games that have never been played, such as JoJo Ban, which is the JoJo Bizarre's Adventure fighting game, which has been on the list since the beginning and has never been chosen as a game to play. Or other games like Smash Bros.
Luis, you need to use your powers that say that no game can be played for more than 2 elections in a row.
Vinny's been trying to get that as well.
Because that's fucking dumb.
Yeah. Oh, you know Sonic the Fighters, the Sonic video game fighting game that exists?
No, no, I didn't know that existed, but
It
okay.
exists, and guess what? That's never been chosen.
Oh my god, dude, is Sonic and Mario at the Olympics game?
No, no one owns it.
Oh, no.
If people owned it and could play it, you know what's also on there? A literal
I-
coin flip. You know what's never been chosen? A literal coin flip.
Because you would always win.
No, it's because people are like, I want to play Dark Souls.
That's so dumb.
It's always every fucking time. It's like, and here's the thing, people are like, Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2, and I'm like, I have to ban one of these games. And whichever one I ban, they'll just choose the other.
Yeah.
Right? And so I always ban Dark Souls 2, because I'm like, at least I own Dark Souls 1. And I
So
don't
what
want
if
to, like, it's so annoying. And that's what's been, and so the current Gamer Showdown that is happening is some asshole decided to challenge me. The two games that were chosen were Pokemon Showdown and Dark Souls.
Luis?
I got someone to play Pokemon Showdown. We won because we got a Glalie with Moody.
Luis, am I a member?
Yes, I made you remember.
Can I challenge you to a showdown?
You technically could, but not now. Because I'm in the middle of a Gamer Showdown right now.
Luis, let me know the next time I can challenge you to a showdown.
Go for it.
I'm gonna challenge you to a showdown.
Can you
And me and you,
wait,
me and you,
wait.
we are going to pick all the games that
No.
have never been chosen.
No. You know what you're gonna do? You're gonna challenge Vinny.
I'm gonna challenge Vinny.
Challenge Vinny, take his spot. He said he would always lose. But
Okay.
You know what? You know what would have been a cool game instead of Dark Souls or Pokemon Showdown? JoJo Ban, old school RuneScape. That would have been funny because that would have actually been very interesting to watch.
Okay, what are the typical challenges?
So basically, every Pokemon Showdown game has gone like
just-
best 2 of 3, randoms,
And
whatever.
random? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or here's
whatever.
a draft, or whatever. Dark Souls is typically the first to defeat this boss. Or the
Okay,
first
well.
to kill this number of NPCs. Right? Let's see. Portal 2? Portal 2 got chosen for the first time in like 2 weeks ago. And
Oh,
that
cool.
was, who can complete the most number of stages in 30 minutes. That was
that's
interesting to watch. For the first time tomorrow, I get to kill someone when I play New Vegas against them.
Wait, against him?
Yeah, we're playing New Vegas, so, I'm gonna make the rule set just a speed run.
Oh.
To beat the game, and as one of 2 people who knows how to speed run the game, because Vinny started doing it after I told him,
Uh-huh.
I'll win by default, because it's not Vinny I'm playing against.
Right?
Uh,
And it's not me who knows the tricks.
you wouldn't even be able to do the tricks, though.
I wouldn't be able to, but I at least know them.
Yeah. So I'm gonna win by default. We already won a Pokemon Showdown game like 3 days ago. Because, we did randoms, and I just told them exactly what they had to do. Because they never played Pokemon. They stopped at, like, Gen 4. Not because they didn't like it, just because they just stopped.
Yeah.
That was my teammate. And so I just had them do what I wanted them to do, and we won. We also won because Moody Glalie. We got it in randoms, and I'm like, why would you give this to me? Right?
Yeah.
Why would you give me a Moody Glalie with Protect and Substitute?
Oh my
So every other turn I would just... We didn't use Substitute because we were against a Garchomp, but every other turn I would just, Protect.
Oh my god, that's so broken.
Yeah, why do you think we won? We also got 4 legendaries in the second fight, and they got 1, and so we won. Imagine just being given 4 different legendaries.
I mean, you could just be given bad legendaries like Manaphy and
I think
Shaman.
we had Jirachi, but Jirachi's good because it's steel.
Yeah, I mean, Jirachi's good because it has good typing.
Yeah, but that's basically what happened, and it was pretty funny.
Luis, I also need you to add me on your team at some point.
Yeah.
I just
You
want
need-
to. I want to go.
You
in
need to
there
have,
and
I believe,
tell
a
them
total
how-
of 7 actual games.
Oh. Do I have to
on
own
your
7
resume.
of these
Don't
games?
worry, like, some of them were stuff you can easily put on your thing. Like, there's nothing stopping you from putting, shit, what's it called?
Garfield
Chess,
cart.
checkers. Chess and checkers can be chosen. Civ 5 can be chosen, but no one votes for it.
Can I put Mahjong on here?
If it gets voted as a IAA-approved game, you can.
How do I get these things to get voted?
You have to go to assembly, say you want to add this game to the list, and if 5 people say yes, add that, it gets added.
I want to go in there and add some bullshit onto this list. I want to screw with people.
I would want you to.
Because they have screwed with me for so long.
But, like, this is so annoying to even deal with, because it's like, oh, Luis, we're gonna have to do this to you. And I'm like, why? It's like, because we want you to... We're gonna only ever challenge you and not someone else. And I'm like, this is the most annoying thing I've ever had to deal with. And I've never lost. We already won Pokemon. It's best 2 out of 3. The 3rd game is gonna be Dark Souls, but they want to play Dark Souls immediately. And I'm like, no! I don't want to win Dark Souls because Paul's on my team and he's played Dark Souls before. So he has a chance at winning. If I win Pokemon Showdown and Dark Souls, I'm not gonna play New Vegas because I already won the Showdown. And I say this to them, and then they ignore me.
Wow.
I'm like, what? They're like, no, play Dark Souls now and lose. And I'm like, why the fuck would I want to lose? I'm gonna try and do everything in my ability to fucking win. And you guys don't understand that.
Yeah.
And so it's talking to a bunch of morons who thought a government was good. So that's, you know, everyone is exactly as you'd expect.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to do hammer.
Yeah. It's dumb.
Yeah, the whole government thing is dumb. So anyways, New Vegas got voted, and they want me to lose, in Dark Souls, so then we can be like, well, if you lose Dark Souls, you can play New Vegas. And I'm like, or I can win in New Vegas, and this can be over. Why do you want to stretch out this monogamy of bad games? And why do you want to watch Dark Souls again? We literally had a Gamer Showdown a week ago, and Dark Souls was the 2nd game they played.
So...
Why do you want to watch it again? It's not fun or interesting. There's nothing more we could do to make it fun. The most fun we had was watching someone who didn't know how to play Dark Souls play Dark Souls. Like, right? It's like, let's just keep doing the same game despite having 30 plus different games available to play.
That's dumb.
Yeah, this is why it's stupid. Also, we're gonna upgrade FP.
Like, I'd have to understand it if all the games were like...
If we kept
simple,
doing different games all the time, but it's always Pokemon Showdown, always Dark Souls, and sometimes you don't even play the last game, because here's the thing, if I lost Pokemon Showdown, and then I played Dark Souls and lost Pokemon Showdown, that means I wouldn't got to play New Vegas, and I'm like, but that's the interesting part about this new Showdown, is that we're playing a different fucking game for once.
Yeah.
But they don't want to do it. They also what's really terrible about this current Showdown is, I'm like, okay, you guys asked to play Pokemon Showdown first, so now we're gonna ask you to play New Vegas next. And they're like, no, let's play Dark Souls. And I'm like, no, let's play New Vegas. We have never done a New Vegas in a Gamer Showdown. Let's do it now. It's also the one game everyone voted for. It had the most votes to get played, and you want to save that for last? We should do it immediately, and stop giving a shit later, because these games are boring. It's like, we should do it as soon as possible, and if I win, it's over.